somewhere. Come on, I'll show you where they keep the liquor.
My mom's always there when I get home from school. Always.
Bummer.
And if she isn't, my grandmother comes in.
The liquor's in the pantry.
Oh, hey, Nito.
What?
This room.
That's our dining room.
I know, but it's viciously nice.
Which do you want, gin or vodka?
You decide.
Well, there's more gin, so it's less chance they'll notice.
Gin then.
But the reason there's more gin is because I put water in it last week.
Vodka then.
Tell you what, we'll mix in a little bit of both.
Okay. Do you use this room?
Oh, sure.
Special occasions, huh? When the relatives come to visit?
Every night.
Every night?
Well, every night they're both home.
Really?
Oh, sure. Every night they're both home. My father insists we eat in the dining room at 7 o'clock. There, gin and vodka and fresca. Boys are bringing the pot.
Must be nice eating here.
Oh, sure. We have to lug things in and lug things back out, and nobody can begin until everything's cold, and we have to carry on a decent conversation, and nobody can leave until everyone's finished, and it sucks. If you want to know, it sucks out loud.
We eat in the kitchen.
Can you watch TV while you eat?
We used to. We used to watch the local news and weather.
That's something. At least you don't have to talk.
But now we can't watch it. My mother read in Family Circle that TV is bad at meals, so now we turn on the stereo and listen to semi-classical music.
My parents said they tried me in the kitchen when I was away at boarding school. But when I got kicked out, they moved back in here. They said it's supposed to give me some sense of stability.
Do you think it does?
Hell no! The whole thing just makes me nervous. They take the telephone off the hook so no one can call. My brother gets all itchy about his homework, and when my sister had anorexia, she still had to sit here and watch, for God's sake, and they spend most of the meal bitching. And it bites, Helen. It really bites. It bites the big one. Want another?
No thanks.
I do. You call the boys and tell them it's all clear.
Sarah,
What?
when the boys come over, can we have our drinks in here?
In the dining room?
I mean, wouldn't it be cool sitting around the shiny table with Eddie and Dwayne drinking gin and fresca and vodka?
No way. Absolutely no way. And here, I get all uptight in here. Now come on, let's call them. Having boys in the dining room. Jesus, Helen, you really are a wimp sometimes.
I'm in here, Gordon. I made tea.
Tea?
Tea.
Why tea?
Because I like it. Oh, no, I love it. Or would you like a drink?
No thanks.
Oh, don't worry about me. I'm all over that. We even have it in the house and I never touch it.
No thanks, Kate.
Then have some tea. It's very good. It's Earl Grey.
I ought to be going.
Gordon, please, have tea.
All right.
Thank you.
Tea in the dining room.
Where else? Should we huddle guiltily over the kitchen table?
No.
Then tea in the dining room. What would you like, lemon or milk?
Whatever.
Gordon,
Milk then. No sugar.
milk it is. Well, sit down for heaven's sake.
Thought I heard a sound.
A sound. What was it? A distant lawnmower, a faulty burglar alarm?
I thought I heard a car.
A car on this godforsaken street. What, should we rush to the window, cheer, wave flags?
Go easy, Kate.
Well, I doubt very much that you heard a car.
It stopped.
The sound?
The car. The car stopped.
All right, Gordon. So you heard a car stop. But it's not Ed's car, is it? No, because Ed, as you and I well know, is in Amsterdam or Rotterdam, or really who gives a damn until next Tuesday. Now please sit down for heaven's sake and have some tea. Now when can we meet again?
I heard a car door slam.
That's because cars have doors, Gordon, and sometimes when people get really frustrated, they feel like slamming them.
I'm going.
I see how it is. A quick tumble with the bored wife of your best friend.
Someone at the front door.
No.
Yes! Someone with a key.
Now you've got to stay.
Mom?
Lord help us.
I'm home, Mom.
You've got to have tea.
Mom?
We're in the dining room, dear. morning. Oh, how did you get here?
I took a cab from the bus station.
Oh, you look marvelous, taller than ever. Say hello to Uncle Gordon.
Hey, Chris. Welcome home.
Hi.
Is that what they teach you at Deerfield? Not to shake hands, not to call people by name?
Hello, Uncle Gordon.
Hey, Chris.
But what brings you home, my love? I expected you on Saturday.
I got honors.
Honors?
You get 2 days early if you get an over 85 average.
But then you should have telephoned.
I wanted to surprise you.
I ought to go.
Nonsense. Have more tea. Chris, would you like some tea? Well, I was taking a nap, and Gordon stopped by, and we thought we would have some tea. Please, have some tea or a Coke. How about a Coke? Or even a beer? How about a beer for a big boy who gets honors?
No thanks.
I really better go.
You won't have more tea?
Can't. Sorry.
All right, then, goodbye.
Goodbye.
He wanted to talk to me about stocks. I inherited some stocks and he thinks I should sell, and so he stopped by.
Where's Dad?
He's in Europe, darling. As I think I wrote to you, he'll be home on Tuesday.
Oh, Mom.
What does that mean? Pray tell, oh, whoa. I'd like to know, please, what that means. I happen to be having tea, Christopher. It's a delightful old custom. Your grandmother used to have tea at this very same dining room table with this very same china. All sorts of people would stop by all the time. I'd come home from school and there she'd be serving tea. It really is a delightful old custom. Where are you going, Christopher? Christopher, I asked you a question. Christopher, we don't just walk away.
Would you mind setting up over here, itinerary? I want to get you in the late afternoon lanes.
Certainly, Tony.
Now, I'm going to use the Irish linen placemat with the matching napkin that my husband, your great uncle, inherited from his sister. Now, these have to be washed and ironed by hand every time that they're used. Then, of course, is the silver, which was given to us as a wedding present by your great-grandmother. You see, 3-pronged fork, pistol-handled knife, spoon with the rat-tailed back, all the Williamsburg pattern. Now, these have to be polished at least every 2 weeks. This is Staffordshire, as are the butter plates. All of this is bone. The wine glasses are early Steuben, and the goblets and the finger bowls are Waterford. None of these are to be put in the dishwasher. They are far too delicate for detergents.
Finger bowls?
Yes, our side of the family always use finger bowls between the salad and the dessert.
Would you mind showing me how they work?
Certainly, dear. First, the maids remove our salad plates, like this. Then they put down the finger bowl in front of us, like this. They be filled approximately halfway with cool water, and there might be a little rose floating in it, or a sliver of lemon. Then, of course, our napkins would be on our laps, like this. Then we dip our fingers into the finger bowl, gently, gently. Then we wiggle them, and shake them out. Then we dab them on our napkins. Then we dab our lips. And then, of course, the maids would take them away. And in would come a nice sherbet or chocolate mousse.
Thanks, Aunt Terry. That was terrific.
You're welcome. Now, Tony, dear, tell me what this is all for. I didn't quite understand over the phone.
This is a classroom project for Amherst.
A project? Oh, my. And what, pray tell?
Anthropology, actually.
Anthropology. Heavens. What does that have to do with all this?
Well, you see, we're studying the eating habits of various vanishing cultures. For example, someone is talking about the Kikuyus of northern Kenya. And roommate is talking about the Cree Indians of Saskatchewan, and my professor suggested I do a slideshow on us.
Us?
The wasps of northeastern United States. You can learn a lot about a culture on how it eats.
Such as what?
Well, consider the finger bowls, for example. There, you almost have a neurotic obsession with cleanliness, reflecting the guilt that comes with the last stages of capitalism. Or, notice the unnecessary accumulation of glass and china, and the compulsion to display it. Or, the subtle hint of aggression in these pistol-handed knives.
I'm going to have to ask you to leave, Tony.
Ontario.
I was going to invite you to stay for cocktails, but now I won't.
Please, Ontario.
Ouch! Right now, before I phone call long distance to your mother. Vanishing culture, my eye. I forbid you to mention my name in that classroom or show a glimpse of my personal property. And you tell that professor of yours I have the right mind to drive up to Amherst with my pistol-handled knife on the seat beside me and cut off his anthropological...
Where are you going now, Daddy?
I think your mother might want a drink.
She's reading to the children.
That's why she might want one.
She wants no such thing, Dad.
But I want one.
Now it's not even 5.
Then let's go see how the Red Sox are doing.
Daddy, stop.
Stop what?
Avoiding me. Ever since I arrived, I haven't been able to talk.
Good Lord, what do you mean? Seems to me everyone's been talking continuously and simultaneously to you from the moment you got off the plane.
Alone, Daddy. I mean alone. You know I mean alone.
All right, we'll talk. Right here in the dining room. Good place to talk. Why not? Matter of fact, I'm kind of tired. It's been a very long day.
I love this room. I've always loved it. Always.
Mother and I still use it. Now and then. Once a week. Mrs. Robinson still comes in and cooks us a nice dinner. We have it in here still. Lamb chops and broiled.
I left him, Daddy.
A vacation
I
now
left
and then.
him permanently.
Yes, well, permanently is a very long
We
words.
live here, Dad,
Here?
for a few months
With 3 small children?
while I work out my life.
What time is it? 11:05. Let me check. Ah, yes. I wonder if the sun is on the yard arm, don't you? You know, I think it's almost permissible for you and I to have a little drink today.
Couldn't we stay here, Dad?
Make us a drink, maybe.
All right.
Why, like a scotch, sweetheart. Make it reasonably strong. You'll find this little measuring gizmo in the drawer by the trays. I want 2 shots and a splash of water. Ooh, and let's use a big glass with a pheasant on it. Ooh, and not too much ice either.
All right.
I saw Mimi Mott the other day. Can you still hear me?
I can hear you, Dad.
There she was, being a very good sport with her 3rd husband. Her 3rd was deaf as a post and extremely disagreeable. So I took her aside and I said, "Can you still hear me?"
I'm listening, Dad.
So I took her aside and I said, "Now, Mimi, tell me the truth. If you had made half as much effort with your first husband as you'd made with the last 2, don't you think you'd still be married to him?" I asked her that point blank, and do you know what she said to me? Mimi said, "Maybe." That's exactly what she said. Maybe. If she had made the effort.
That's your generation, Dad.
That's every generation.
It's not mine.
Every generation has to make it.
I won't go back to him, Dad. I want to be here.
I wanted the glass of pheasant on it.
I think the kids used it. So can we stay, Dad?
I sleep in your room now. Your mother kicks me out because I snore. And we use the boys' room to watch TV.
I'll use the guest room.
And the children?
They can sleep on the 3rd floor in the maid's rooms.
We close them off because of oil bills.
I don't care, Dad. We'll work it out, please.
Give it another try first.
No.
Another try.
He's got someone else now, Dad. She's living there right now. She's moved in.
And then fly back and kick her out.
Oh,
I'm
Dad.
serious. You don't know this, but exactly what your mother did. One time I became romantically involved with Mrs. Shoemaker. We took a little trip together down to Sea Island. Your mother got wind of it. Do you know what she did? She came right down there and told Betty Shoemaker to get on the next train. And that was it. Now, why don't you do that, sweetheart? Go tell this woman to peddle her papers elsewhere. Or we'll sit with the kids while you do.
I've got someone too, Dad.
You mean you've had a little fling?
I've been going with someone.
A little fling.
I've been living with him.
Where was your husband?
He stayed with his girl.
And the children?
Oh, they came and went.
marry this new man.
No,
You're not in love with him?
no, he's already married anyway.
And he decided he's in love with his wife.
No,
But you've decided you don't love him,
yes,
or your husband.
yes,
And your husband's fallen in love with someone else.
he's living with someone else.
And your children, my grandchildren, come and go among these various households.
Yes, sort of. Yes,
Sounds extremely complicated.
and his dad, it really is.
Well, it seems to me the first thing you do is simplify things. That's the first thing. You tell the married they're going to leave. You sue your husband for divorce. You hold on to the house. You keep the kids in the private schools.
Okay,
And then
someone else, Dad.
someone else,
Someone else entirely.
a third person.
Yes,
What was that movie your mother I liked so much? A Third Man?
it's not a man, Dad.
Not a man.
It's a woman.
A woman.
I've been involved with a woman, Dad, but it's not really working, and I don't know who I am, and I've got to touch base, Daddy. I want to come home.
I think I'll get her a pair. Would you like her a pair? I'll take it. I'll get it.
I don't know who I am, Daddy. I'm all over the ballpark. I've been seeing a crisis counselor, and I've taken a part-time job, and I've been jogging 2 miles a day, and none of it's working. I want to come home. I want to take my kids to the zoo, and the park lake, and the art museum, and do all the things you and Mother used to do with all of us. I want to start again, Dad. I want to start all over again.
I made your mother one. And I found a glass with a pheasant on it. In the trash. Somebody broke it. Well, let's have a nice cocktail with your mother and see if we can have the children sit quietly while we do.
You don't want us here, do you, Dad?
Of course we do, darling. A week, 10 days.
I
you're most
can't go
welcome.
back, Dad.
Neither can I, sweetheart. Neither can I.
You know whether to eat or not.
What's the trouble, Mother?
I don't know whether to eat or not. I was in the living room having a perfectly pleasant cocktail with your father, and all of a sudden that stupid telephone rang, and now he's holed away in the bedroom, talking away.
Who's he talking to?
I don't know. I don't even know. I think it's someone from the club.
Are we eating or not?
I don't know. I simply don't know. Oh, Bertha, I don't know whether to eat or not. Mr. Thatcher is still on the telephone.
Couldn't we at least start the soup?
I don't know. I really don't know. Oh, Bertha, let's wait 5 more minutes. Yes, Mrs. Honestly, that telephone, I could wring its neck. It should be banned. It should be outlawed between 6 and 8 in the evening.
I've got to go.
Go? Go where?
Out.
You can't even have some of Bertha's nice celery soup?
I can't even finish my cocktail. Something very bad has happened.
Bertha, would you mind very much putting the soup back in the saucepan and keeping it on a low flame? We will call you when we're ready.
Yes, Mrs.
Now, what on earth is the matter?
Henry was insulted at the club.
Insulting?
Uncle Henry?
Binky Byers made a remark to him in the steam bath.
What did he say, Dad?
Yes, what did he say?
I believe I was speaking to your mother. Binky made a remark, and apparently a number of the newer members laughed. Poor Henry was so upset he had to put on his clothes and leave. He called me from Mother's. I telephoned the club. I spoke to several people who had been in the steam bath. They confirmed the incident. I asked to speak to Binky himself. He refused to come to the phone, and so I've got to do something about it.
No. Oh, no.
Won't you tell us what he said, Dad?
I will not dignify the remark by repeating it.
Oh, come on, Dad. We're not babies.
Yes, Standish, really.
He said, Claire, I want you to leave the room.
Why? I'm older.
She should know. We all should know. These are different times. We're not quite ready yet, Bertha. Now go on. Be frank. This is a family.
Mr. Byers made an unfortunate remark having to do with your Uncle Henry's private life.
I'm afraid you'll have to be more specific, dear.
Mr. Byers, who had obviously been drinking since early afternoon, approached your Uncle Henry in the steam bath and alluded in very specific terms to his personal relationships.
What personal relationships?
His associations in the outside world.
I don't get it.
Dear, Mr. Byers must have made some unnecessary remarks regarding your Uncle Henry's bachelor attachments.
You mean Uncle Henry's a fruit?
I would not have that word in this house! I don't care if you got it from God! I would not have it in this house! My own brother has been wounded at his club!
What can you do, dear?
Go down there!
To your mother.
To the club! I'll demand a public apology from Vicky in front of the entire grill!
But if he won't even come to the telephone...
I'll have to fight him!
Oh, Stan.
I have to!
Oh, Daddy.
I can't let that remark stand!
Can I come with you, Dad?
You may not!
Stan, for heaven's sake.
No arguments, please!
Pinky Byers is half your age and twice your size.
It makes no difference!
And I think he was on the boxing team at Dartmouth.
No difference whatsoever!
What about your back shoulder? What about your hernia?
I'm sorry! I imagine I shall be seriously hurt, but I can't stand idly by.
Oh, Daddy, please don't go.
The lamb will be overdone, missus.
And it's a beautiful lamb.
Now listen to me, all of you, including you, Bertha. Nothing I'd rather do in this world than sit down at this table with all of you and enjoy some of Bertha's fine celery soup, followed by a leg of lamb with mint sauce and roast potatoes. Am I right about the sauce and potatoes, Bertha?
Yes, sir.
Oh. There is nothing I'd rather do than that. But I have to forgo it. My own brother has been publicly insulted at his club. And that means that our family has been insulted. And when the family has been insulted, that means that this table, these chairs, this room, and all of us in it, including you, Bertha, are being treated with scorn. And so, if I stayed here, if I sat down with all of you now, I wouldn't be able to converse. I wouldn't be able to laugh. I wouldn't be able to correct your grammar, David. I wouldn't be able to enjoy your fine meal, Bertha. I wouldn't even be able to kiss my handsome wife goodbye. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Goodbye, though.
Goodbye, Dad.
So long, Dad.
Goodbye, Bertha.
Goodbye, sir. God bless you.
Thank you very much indeed.